This video introduces the NJcoast dashboard. When you first log into the system using your username and password, this dashboard will load. You can think of this dashboard as your one-stop shop for all of the major features and capabilities necessary to manage your NJcoast account. The first area is the profile menu. That will provide all the information you have in the system about yourself. If you click Edit Profile, you can come to update any of your information, saving the changes here or canceling with this button. You also have the ability here to change your password. And if we go back, if you are affiliated with more than one municipality, you can add those additional municipalities here. Now, every user had to specify a primary municipality when they first created their account, but those that work with multiple municipalities can click here to add those municipalities through this menu and submit that request to have additional access granted. So this is the profile menu and the major features here. The next menu you'll see down here is called Groups. This is the menu that manages the different groups you are affiliated with. All the individuals in these groups have access to the same sets of maps as you do because they have a common role and are affiliated with the same municipality. The next area that you can see here is your map menu, and it has three important features. The first is the ability to create a new map. Now here you'll give each map a name as well as a description of the map, and this will be displayed every time yourself or other users interact with the map. So map naming and descriptions should be done very carefully and according to standards that you establish within your team. Once you've picked your name and description, you hit Create and it will generate the map. As soon as you hit Create, it will take you to the map view. And so if we do that here, you'll see that we immediately now load into our map view, and that map view will center in the municipality that we are affiliated with. Now going back to the dashboard, the other things that you'll see here under our map menu is the fact that any map that I've created in the past, such as this map here, or a map that was shared with me by another user, will start to be listed here under this menu so I can quickly click on them and go to those maps to work with them further. The other thing you'll notice is a feature called Explore Maps. And if I click here, I can come and see all the maps that have been created by users within the system. And I can even sort these by date or by name, and even search for them by keyword or by date. You can get additional details on how to work with this feature or any others in the user manuals that are posted online. So the map menu essentially provides you a very quick way to explore and access maps, work with any maps that you've created or others have shared with you, and create new maps, all from one spot. The other part of our dashboard is what's called the Layers menu. Now in NJcoast, layers represent a layer of GIS data that might be brought into a map. You can come here to see all of the layers that are available in the system. Now, one thing to note about layers is every user will have their maps already loaded with the layers most relevant for their municipality as well as their role. But you can always come to this button, Explore Maps or Explore Layers, to see other layers that you might wish to bring in. And again, you can search these by name, sort them by category, search for them by keyword, or even look for them by date. And you can sort them by the date they were created or alphabetically using the features here. You can also upload layers of your own preference and creation through this interface. Now these are some of the more advanced features of NJcoast, but they're all accessible through your dashboard. The other feature that you'll see on your dashboard is this menu called Tools. This is the way that you can access any of the tools that have been custom created for NJcoast users. Now right now, the most important tool and the first tool released is something called the Storm Hazard Projection tool. We have a separate video on that tool, but on your dashboard you're going to see three ways to interact with it. The first is the Active Storm banner. There's an active hurricane in the Atlantic Basin. This will be updating with the information on that storm for you to click and view so you can see the projected impacts of that storm on New Jersey. The next two buttons allow you to run your own simulation by coming into the Storm Hazard tool. There's a separate video on how to actually work this tool, but that's how you access it from your dashboard. And you can also explore any simulations that have been created by yourself or other users using the tool. So you can see here that I was able to come back to a simulation I ran the other day, and I can come here and take that simulation into one of my maps, and now I can go ahead and work with that map and explore it further by coming to my dashboard and getting that map up to see that simulation result. So the dashboard, which you can always access from the top of your screen here by clicking dashboard, is a really important central point for all of your work in NJcoast. It provides an important way to organize all your information, access all of the tools, create maps, and even see GIS layers that you might bring into the maps. I encourage you to check out our other videos to see how to work with maps in greater detail and how to work the Storm Hazard Projection tool.